how do we show people we care? How can we be more affectionate? One of the best ways that I like to describe the Leo energy is it is like a spotlight. It's like having a spotlight, whatever you shine it on, it grows. Whatever you shine it on, it magnifies, but it can also burn. And if we focus too hard, too much on some of these things, that can definitely be a downfall. Now, we only have a few days left. I'm just going to open this up. The first half of the week is in July, and then we shift to August. And we get this Venus entering Virgo and the Leo new moon, not before Venus doesn't square Uranus first. And so I want you to think about that Leo Taurus part of your chart, how this might be combining to bring a growth edge in order for you to grow. I have literally felt this all week. A lot of times I feel aspects in their growing phase. So just thinking about where you have this square and what does it mean for you? Literally, we might be moving. This is going to be taxing on my physical system also. So, you know, um, Venus squaring that energy of Taurus is showing up quite literally in my chart. That Leo new moon feels really lovely. And I do think that Venus moving into Virgo will help us, be more productive, focus on the details, get closer, paying closer attention to others. This new moon wants us to have fun, to be more playful, and it maybe could even be romantic. It does have conflictual energy going into next week, though, because we have this new moon, new starts, new energy, and then Mercury goes retrograde. So the Mercury retrograde starts the next day in Virgo, and it's going to move from Virgo back into Leo. So we might have to address, what mentally is not working, what's stressing us out, what we're worried about. Virgo energy, I always like to say that arm of the Virgo arm is turned inward. What are we obsessing on? What are we fixated on? What's overwhelming us? Mercury retrogrades backwards into that Leo on August 14th, and it stays in Leo until the 28th. So we're being tasked to look at the earth and fire part of our chart, okay? We might feel selfish in this energy. We might have a hard time towards a super work ethic. We might feel a little bit more stubborn. This energy to me is a good period to reconnect, to think about the old, to stop. If you're doing certain creative projects, stop and say, like, what is working, what's not. Everybody always blames Mercury retrograde, but it's truly a time for us to stop, rest, reflect. And in the sign of Virgo, or starting in the sign of Virgo, a great time potentially right now to do like a cleanse. That could be a cleansing of the body, of your house, getting rid of stuff, doing a garage sale. I'm thinking for myself with Leo in the fourth house, literally getting rid of stuff, moving stuff over to a new house. There is this energy here of reviewing, revising, redoing, reflecting. And I want you to take a look. What part of the chart is this for me? What is my Leo house? What is my Virgo house? How is this potentially going to affect me? And is there something in that part of my life that feels like I want it to go forward and it's not? If we push too hard with stuff, it can really break. So trying to remember and reflect on that energy. Okay, I didn't move that, which is okay. So we see and start the week with the moon in Taurus. It's going to conjunct Uranus. This could bring up a lot. I think of erratic emotional behavior. I think about the somatic body also with this, like really caring for your physical body on Monday. Monday is Moon Day, and you can see the moon has moved into Gemini by the evening, but it'll spend, let's see here. Yeah, it'll spend most of the day in the sign of Taurus. So, and it conjuncts Uranus, and so you're being asked, like, where do I need to be individuated. Where do I need freedom? How can I, shockingly change something? It's also going to then on Tuesday and third or Wednesday roll over Mars and Jupiter. And so this can expand our words. This can bring about emotional exchanges when it comes to our action, our drive, and our learning. I also think of for my son, I'm really going to be checking his wounds on this day because he, had this big accident. Now the moon is coming over. How is he feeling mentally after this? So, it could be a physical wound. It could also be a mental wound that is maybe going on. Then on Wednesday, we see the moon move into Cancer. I love this because when the moon is in Cancer, which it doesn't happen actually till August 1st, it looks like, we can access those emotions a little bit more. We also have what is called this beautiful moment of the sun being in its home and the moon being in its home, right? And so there is an energy here around our environment and where we're planted and what we're doing and the plot line and the people and our feelings being and having all we need. Thursday is quite lovely to me. And Thursday feels like this energy of the calm before the storm. Remember, I said that we were going to have this Venus square Uranus situation. And so that will happen on Friday. And I just want to look at that exactly. Where do we see Uranus here? 2651.